Say, fully up to speed on all of that stuff. Oh my gosh. Poor Clint. Spencer and I left. He got screwed because, you know, there's nobody there that's any fun anymore. They're all oh yeah, I gotta give you a big kiss. Oh yeah. You drive me nuts.
But I don't think I'm killing it.
Yes, that's perfect.
Now can you hear me?
Now, is the joke on hand? Y'all really hearing back there or not? Sounds really good here. What do you want me to say?
You want to hear that?
Corey, you just have to stand back there.
Can you hear me? All right, let's start again. Thank you for joining us for Clint's 40th birthday toast and roast.
Thank you.
We're here to honor a man that has no honor. We're here to show respect to a man that respects nada. Some of the panhandle's finest.
That's a stretch.
That is a stretch. I see Chris Stokes over there. Chris, raise your hand. Everybody say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Peter break the room.
Chris is a longtime friend of Clint's. And Chris, I'm glad to see that you were able to pull yourself from the whorehouse and join us for a little bit. Thank you.
I'm glad to see you over the podium.
You know, one thing about Chris has great hair, doesn't he?
He does.
He does. And Chris knows that he has great hair.
He does.
Chris has reminded us over the many years of how many women have complimented his great hair.
He has.
And Chris, I'm jealous. I admit it, I'm jealous. You know I am, right? But one thing too, Chris believes that he has a great set of lats. If you watch Chris Stokes walk across the room, he walks like his lats are as broad as the broadside of a barn. But Chris, there's only one problem. You don't have any lats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wrong.
You got invisible lat syndrome, bro.
Oh, that's wrong.
That's all right, though. Don't worry, guys. It's not contagious. Look at my lats. I hung around Chris for years.
Rico, you listen to this?
God bless you.
You know what? Speaking of Rico, Rico Soto has also joined us. Rico's a great friend of ours.
Hi, Rico. Wave, Rico, so people know who you
Yeah,
are.
come on, Swab.
God bless you, Rico.
You know, when you're a child of the 90s, what do you call a guy named Rico? You call him Suave, right? Or you shorten it to Suave. You know, Rico's a great American immigrant success story.
Rico, you can leave me. I would listen to this guy. Oh my God.
It's going to get worse. It's gonna get worse. You know, Rico crossed the Rio Grande on a donkey when he was 10 years old.
Rico.
Wearing a sombrero.
That's not true.
The only thing that Rico could say in English was, more food. More food. Rico likes to eat. He's had a lifelong struggle with his weight. But he's doing well. And he's struggling with his big nose. But
This is painful.
Rico has a great job. He married the hot, successful wife. Rico is a success story. Rico is proof. With affirmative action, you can do anything in this country.
God, you are terrible.
Rico, I'm just kidding, brother. You earned everything you got. But Scott Rickenbach joined us as well, sitting right next to Rico. Scott, come on. Come on, show everybody who you are. Scott's a great friend of ours. He's bailed Clint and I out of trouble a couple of times. He's a great guy. Scott's a very successful real estate entrepreneur. In layman terms, that means he's a scumbag landlord. I can tell that Scott came here in a good mood, so that means one thing. Scott must have kicked out a single mother with her 2 kids before he came here. You know, there's a few things that Scott loves in life. Scott loves wrecking expensive cars. Scott, how many hot rods have you wrecked? Like 10?
One.
Oh, God.
I think the last couple of years at least.
So Scott loves wrecking cars, he loves making money, and he loves strippers.
Strippers?
Back in the day, he loved strippers.
Okay.
He doesn't anymore.
Good save, good save.
When the Census Bureau would come to town and they needed to track data up on strippers, because you know strippers like to keep low key. It's hard for the Census Bureau to find them. They went to Scott, and Scott would work their special project department.
Special project.
But anyway, back to Clint.
Okay.
Man of the hour. Clint, it's hard to believe you've been on this earth for 40 years. Until I look at you, that is. I mean, you went from 35 to 55 overnight.
I did.
You went silver, your testosterone dropped by half. Some may wonder, how do I know this testosterone dropped by half? Well, the only thing that used to make Clint cry when we were in our 20s was the movie The Color Purple.
Gets me every time.
But you know, honestly, guys, that scene where Whoopi Goldberg is reunited with her sister in that field, I mean, that would make a hardened ISIS terrorist cry. So, not that I cried about it, I didn't, but I can understand that, right?
Of course.
But now Clint, he cries about it. He'll tear up about dogs. He'll drop tears about his daughters. And Allie, you might be the reason Clint went gray overnight.
I think
might
so.
be you.
I agree.
It's possibly.
But
Did you lose your spot?
I did. I lost my spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The other thing, and like now, when you see a young guy doing deadlifts wrong, your chin will get quivery. So that's how I know that your testosterone's dropped. You know,
I got cream though. I got provided cream.
He's got a cream.
Where is my cream?
Where's his cream? Did we forget his cream?
It's over there somewhere.
it's embarrassing, but hey, man, you're my best bro, embarrassing or not. You know, Clint and I have been friends for 25 years now, a quarter of a century. And one of the things I remember is my mom instantly liked Clint. We met in the 8th grade. I brought Clint over, and she just liked him. But you know, that woman was always a bad judge of character. I mean, she's been married 5 times, so.
Well, she ain't found the right one yet.
She's still looking. So, just a couple quick things. This looks like a picture maybe of a 7-year-old boy.
An Ewok?
7-year-old redheaded kid. That's actually Clint at 15 years old.
Is that on a milk carton?
Is he wearing a Prince?
You know, Clint was a late bloomer. He hit puberty about 18. And the other thing that I've been wanting to ask you too, bro, is that a chin on your face, or is that a stunted 5th limb? What is that?
It's bad, whatever it is.
And, you know, while we're grinding axes, Clint, just in one picture of us together, can I be in the middle? Do you have to be the center of every picture we take?
Bad about that.
Bad about that.
Very bad about that. I mean, you just saw that, right? Nikki and Casey saw it.
Yeah.
Tells him in the middle.
Yeah.
He's the biggest ham in the world.
An only child.
But, you know what? We need to hear from Gary. Gary Chambers, good friend of ours, who could not be here. What do I do here, Corey?
Hey Clint, first of all I just want to say happy birthday. I can't be there in person, but I'm there in video, and that's almost as good. Clint is a self-proclaimed alpha male. I don't know if anyone else agrees with that, but just in case there's anyone that wants to be more like Clint, I made a short video, 10 ways to be more like Clint Shelton. I hope you enjoy. And happy birthday.
the time when the oceans drank Atlantis and the rise of the sons of Arius, there was an age undreamed of. And unto this, Conan, destined to bear the jeweled crown of Aquilonia upon a troubled brow. It is I, his chronicler, who alone can tell thee of his saga. Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
This is my impersonation of Clint getting ready in the morning. Nikki, we need to go to the store. My shirt's getting too big. You can't see my traps. There are many other odd things you could do to be more like Clint Shelton, but those are just the things that popped into my head right away. Sorry I couldn't be there. Happy 40th birthday. Here's to another 40, buddy. You know we love you. It's all in good fun, but happy birthday. See ya.
Kind of crazy. I think the first time we ever went out, back to Gary's mouthpiece thing, we were at IHOP or somewhere, I don't remember, but some guy said something, and Clint, of course, in his white tee says, all right, let me get my mouthpiece out of it. Did you have a glove compartment or something?
I may have. I had braces.
I mean, seriously, who the hell carries a mouthpiece around? I'm like, this guy's just ready.
Guy that's ready to rock and roll.
He's ready to roll. I was like,
Rico, put that.
I was like, I don't know if I can hang with this guy. I mean, is he safe? Well, and then again, I went and picked him up at his house, and Scott, this isn't anything against your tenants, but he lived down, I don't know, it was shady. So I roll in there.
San Diego.
Yeah, it was bad.
Hey, was your landlord here tonight? Actually,
One of them. Yeah.
one of your landlords is here. Actually,
Hey, Sierra.
yeah.
Well, and ice cream, empty ice cream buckets. You weren't the cleanest of guys.
No.
Still isn't.
Still isn't. Well,
No.
But he's a good buddy, man. And he's left a few of us hanging. When I first started hanging out really hardcore with these guys, they're, of course, they're into their weights, meatheads that they are. And they were supposed to pick up my buddy.
Oh, no.
Which, this isn't but so he was hardcore. I mean, he's like, I'm going to start pumping iron with these guys. And I think I went with him. And so he's sitting there, and I was going to work or something. And he had his little weightlifting gloves ready to go, just pumped up, and these guys stood him up.
He sat waiting for his little gloves on.
He had it ready to go, man.
You could have left enough.
But, and then I guess another time I went and lifted with these guys, and as manly as this guy thinks he is,
Thanks.
yeah, with no offense, but we were pulling down Washington, leaving the place, and this guy was in no danger whatsoever. I don't remember, but he was the furthest away, and we almost got T-boned, and he's got, the little girl scream where he's like, ah! But James and I looked at each other like, we almost died.
That Ram logo was like in my face.
Yeah.
And he's screaming.
Yeah,
It was pretty shrill. I was
It's him, me, and James, and the truck is here.
Yeah.
And this guy let out the loudest scream.
I'm not gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a ton more stories I could tell, but I don't know any off the top of my head.
That's okay.
Love you, buddy.
Hey, man. Love you too. I'm glad you're here. I'm really upset. I like Bart.
Only reason I'm even here is because I thought it was Nikki's divorce party.
He just doesn't know it yet.
Hook up.
They gave me 5 minutes to say all the good things about you.
Thank you.
I just don't know what I'm going to do with the other 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
I hear you.
What can you say about a guy who's admired and loved by everyone? Unfortunately, that's not the guy we're here to honor tonight. Then they said I should say nice things about you, but I just wanted to tell the truth. I met Clint many years ago, worked with him at Abuelos. Fortunately, he had to leave due to the illness. The boss got sick of him.
Yes.
Only bad habit I've ever known the guy to have is breathing. He's sensitive about his height. Don't tease him. He'll punch you in the knee. He's getting so old his back goes out more than he does. One time he called the suicide hotline, but they told me he was doing the right thing. He's the only person I've ever met had to learn a new language just so he could meet new friends.
That's about right.
Hey, that's the table in the back.
He clearly puts the fun in dysfunctional. He's not the type to talk behind your back, but he'll stab you there. I just want you to know, if you ever need a friend, I'll make sure to find you one.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good job.
I just thought he looked. I don't remember that picture at all. I really don't.
See his eyes?
That's super dumb. That's what happened. Oh my God. I don't remember that.
BC. So a lot of you guys touched on it. There's a before Christ and there was a before Nikki, and life was a lot different before Nikki.
Huh?
So I'm not calling her the savior, but it was a lot different.
Oh my.
Oh my!
Hey, that's my hood.
Love it.
I was there. Clint lived in that house.
We made a lot of gains in that house.
Picked Clint up one time, say, hey, let's go to Oklahoma City, so let me get my bag. He walked out of that house. He walked out of that house, packed for Oklahoma City in a trash bag.
Yep, still does that.
I don't know why he put it in a bag. It was already bagged up. So, hey, I thought I'd fill you guys in on the past, but when you wanted to dress up, this is wow. So fitting. Hey, before Facebook, there was web TV.
Yeah.
But the only it was only goth kids Clint could chat with back then. It was pretty awkward. Clint likes cool stuff like foosball and gambling, the Mexican mafia. Yeah, I was part of that. Yes, it was kind of my fault. But, and then he got kicked like a soccer ball.
Yes.
So yeah, we got beat up at speed by some Mexican mafia.
Whose fault was that though, Chris?
Is Clint.
Uh-huh.
So he had a pretty nice ride. I couldn't find his old ride with the shotgun blast in the driver's door, but
Oh my gosh.
this was the upgrade. I said, Clint, and a T-top. It did have sunroof.
Sunroof, yeah.
I said, Clint, what's up with your new ride, man? Are you pretty happy with that? He said, bro, it's got things I've never had before. It's got a sunroof, air conditioning, and windows that go up and down.
You drive up the sunroof.
He cooked a little. No, it just looks a lot like it. I found it on the internet, bro. It's for sale, I think. So yeah, in his he didn't live in San Jacinto.
Well, I
house.
had a studio apartment. I had one of those little ovens.
Did it look like that?
Oven. So I had one of those. I thought it was mine.
That's pretty bad.
No culinary skills at all. He had a toaster oven he would cook steaks in. He's like, you turn the knob twice all the way, it's perfect.
You son.
French silk pie. This was Clint's darker period. Who doesn't like French silk pie? It was kind of an insight. Oh, there he is again.
That's a picture I don't remember.
Okay, if you know Clint, he's always on the improve. You know, he's trying to make himself better all the time, which is ironic because he's always asking people for help. True. So, who's helped Clint change a tire or do something mechanical? I mean,
It's not confidant over there.
it's gonna be most of the room if you think about it. So he's always getting better, but he's always asking for help. Oh.
That keeps appearing.
Yeah, he's got that's the old bench press blocks. I don't know how that's
Oh man, I don't remember that picture.
Yeah, this is Clint bought a pull stroke trainer. Okay, if you've been over to his house, it's a giant freaking piece of metal. Well, I couldn't find a picture of the giant piece of metal.
I would have taken a picture for you.
Yeah, I started
I've stubbed my toe on it several times.
I started preparing about 45
It's awful.
minutes before this.
I almost bought that though. I almost bought that.
You invent something for Pull, he'll buy it. He's not very smart in that.
This will tell you how gullible he is. I can't find it on Google. So he bought a device that no one else on earth has purchased since. There's not even a picture of it. He owns the only one. It's this big. So this is all I can find.
Hey, Matlock.
Matlock, baby. Clint paid for pull lessons. Dave Matlock, great pull player. Who's that guy on the left?
Buddy Hall.
Buddy Hall. Did you get a lesson from him?
I did.
So I've got some insight on that lesson. Sometime in that lesson, you know, Clint's down, get ready to hit a ball. Buddy Hall's trying to show him something, so he sneaks up third date style, right behind Clint. It's real slow like this, Clint.
It's true.
I couldn't find all the pull devices Clint bought. I don't know this guy in there. The liver. Oh, yes. If you're around for the liver, Clint, man, his liver took a big dive. He's like, I gotta quit drinking. My count's bad.
It was all about enzyme count.
We were going to private blood testing because we didn't want insurance to know. It was awful.
Yes. It might have been the handful of supplements he was taking.
It was the supplements.
Oh no, I don't believe it. Chains, we hit on that. So I helped Clint go to the store and buy some chains. So I'm sure he's had chains since then.
I thought it was a
Pampa, Texas. 110s. The gym doesn't have them.
Clint's got them.
I'm sure someone else in here has helped Clint carry something in or out of a gym.
Yeah.
I have.
How'd you do the 110s?
110s, bro. So 110s, I'm taking them to the gym in AC. Clint's got one, I've got one. It was a workout getting there. We get down, he's on the incline bench. I have to hand him the 110s. Now I'm just thinking, geez, I haven't even started yet. I'm gassed. I got to help him with the 110s. 3 reps. I do half the work. He goes, put them down. That's why they don't have them at the gym.
They're still there. Nobody uses them.
Yeah, I just got some random stuff. Yeah, Clint has target mitts, focus mitts.
Yep, several pairs.
Have you owned your own wrestling mat?
Oh, we still do.
Still do. Still do.
Yep.
Can I have it?
Yep.
Jump soles?
Sure
Do you
can.
own jump soles?
I do.
They're in my... Look at this guy.
I saw me up, so.
He's all about self-improvement. So
Are those?
they're in my closet, bro.
Are those?
Hey, I intended to have them with me.
I was close.
Do you own a parachute?
I don't think I do.
No, he owned a pole and a bungee cord.
Clint's got an MMA wrestling dummy.
That's embarrassing.
He bought something really similar to this to practice his MMA moves. So when no one else is around, it's just him and the dummy.
There's
Throwing the arm bar in the triangle.
That's embarrassing.
absolutely poor Nikki.
Triangle is life.
Never completed one. Are you done?
That's all I got, bro. That's all I got.
Anybody else?
Lance.
Oh, no.
And then Johnny.
Come on, baby.
Oh God. I know. I know.
Go ahead, yeah. Just like the old time. I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 of you in the room that are a little bit curious about Jan Ruker. And the gentleman before me touched on it a little bit. One time I've worked with Clint. I started to mortuary school with him in like 2003, so I've known Clint a while. And he came to work at Carmichael Watley when I was there. About, I don't know, 6 months after he started there, he was telling us all about his wrestling deals and all that jazz, you know, showing his moves and all that. And he decided he was all excited one day because Nikki had ordered him this wrestling dummy.
$500.
From like Colorado or something.
Horrible.
Canada,
Horrible.
Canada, yeah. And of course, I mean, all of us are like, you know, what in the hell is a wrestling dummy? You know, I couldn't wrap my head around that. So there were several of us at the funeral home. I'm sure you've heard some of the stories, you know, but we're always kind of pulling pranks and whatnot. So I got with Nikki, and she gave us the address of where this place, you know, they ordered it from. And I mean, every day the UPS guy would come, and I mean, Clint was just like a kid, you know, waiting for his first puppy. Just waiting for the UPS guy to deliver, you know, no, it wouldn't come, it wouldn't come, it wouldn't come, you know. So we got this bright idea. We got the address, and I had a friend that worked for UPS, so we got this box, and I went and had, I guess I had my mom, didn't I? No,
yeah.
Brooke went and got it.
Yeah, your
Brooke
mom and I met.
Went by the fantasy bookstore. I said, get one of those one of those blow-up dolls. So we got that. We boxed her all up, blew her up, boxed her, packed her in there, and put stuff in there to make it heavy, and got all this shipping label. And my friend from UPS gave us all the UPS stickers, you know. And he came by and got it, and he delivered it one day. And oh my gosh, it was absurd. I mean, Clint was beside. I'm sure you can't imagine Clint being beside himself, as well as y'all know him. But I mean, it was like the good Lord had come back or something. And he brings this box into the break room and proceeds to just tear into it. And she was packed in there. Of course, when he opened it, I mean, just boom, this thing just pops out. And then it looked like the poor guy that, you know, somebody just ran over his butt. He was
devastated.
Oh my gosh, he was devastated. Well, I think it's like the next day or 2 days later or something, the real thing came. And of course, he was kind of skeptical. So he kind of eased into it this time. And boy, I mean, and there were 6 of us, licensed funeral directors, and we were all in the break room. Keep in mind, Clint had been there about 6 months. Talk about first impression, or pretty close. So he gets this thing out. Of course, our boss, you got to know our boss. He's a great guy, but he's just not into physical fitness or, you know, things like that, and manly type things, and self-improvement, you know, like Clint was always doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Clint gets this thing out.
Don't tell that part.
Tell
First
it.
of all, we're all looking at it, and really this was not a good representation. This thing was duct taped together.
I have a picture over here if y'all want to see it.
So,
all the limbs.
do you have a picture? Okay,
Yeah, he'll bring it up.
So anyway, Clint pulls that thing out. And I mean, he's like a proud pop.
There it is right there.
Yeah, look at all the duct tape on it. Paid what, $700 for something with duct tape, you know? But
yeah.
Anyway, so Clint proceeds to get down in the floor with this thing.
I whipped his ass.
This inanimate object was sore by the time Clint got through it.
Hey, wait. Did he set it up doggy style?
Yeah, he was doing the double chicken.
Yeah.
He was doing, you know, all this stuff. And I mean, we were having to lift our feet up because he was rolling all over the floor. And his new boss was sitting there like, I don't understand this, dude. I don't get this. And I mean, he was down there, you know, you throw your arm here, you throw your arm here. He did, you know, it looked like 2 pretzels having a big fight.
Oh man.
And so it was quite a deal. And I mean, I'm not doing it justice the story.
Oh, yes, you are.
I'm sure you all know Clint well enough to know that, you know, what it was probably like.
Oh, it was a great time.
And but I worked with Clint for 10 years, and you know, it was an awesome experience. He made, as you guys know, he made going to work fun every day because you never knew what kind of impression he was going to do, or what kind of, you know, stunt he had going on. Would you do me a favor? Would you do us all? Has anybody seen the bull rider impression?
Oh shit.
Has anybody?
Oh, I love
no, what? No one.
You gotta do it.
Oh, well, you know, Clint had a brief bull riding career, very brief.
Like 2 seconds.
Yes.
2 seconds.
Oh, we still have a hurt wrist.
Let me hold that. I know you need both hands. Let me have your hand. I want to see. Everybody wants to see the bull rider. Okay, come on. Just run.
Bull run.
I'm exhausted.
Johnny?
Hey, Big Papa. What you got, man? What you got?
Oh, he's got a lot.
What you got, man? You're going back into history.
You know, a lot of you guys around here don't know that Clint is actually more Mexican than his wife.
Oh, I know. I know.
Well, Clint came to our house, you know, came over there, my wife gave him some chorizo and eggs and beans. Could never get rid of it. And he kept on coming around, and, you know, kept feeding him.
Poor little white kid.
Yeah. Taking advantage of the Mexican people.
Yeah, generosity.
Yeah. You know, you grew up and said, hey, I want to rent a house for me, apartment or house. I said, okay, sure, fine. I still can't collect the rent to get me out of it.
That's why you're here.
Yeah. I'm trying to get even by being here, maybe eating a little bit of food or something. Maybe still escape from him, I guess. Yeah. But I think we taught him too much. You know, now he forced me to put up a sign. You know, the sign's got the circle and no white people allowed. Yeah.
Burn that bridge.
He made a bad mistake one time. He should have known better. He invited me to his house. He was there. He had a full table. Another guy was there. He was white like Clint. I was the only Mexican there. So he gives me a beer. And I'm drinking this beer. And then I spilled it on the carpet. Oh, Clint said, "Man, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I said, "This is what happens when you invite Mexicans to your house." I tried to warn him, he won't listen. But no, bottom line is, Clint is like family. So me and my wife and his daughters and Nikki is like a son to me.
You don't get us Yoda.
Guitar when he was younger.
Oh no.
Little air guitar?
Somewhere.
Little air guitar?
Africa? No. Give me a drink, Poppy.
No
I
air
thought you
guitar?
were his poppy.
Huh?
I thought you were his daddy.
Well, we switched that roll out quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Robert was telling something about him and your mom
Oh, don't remember.
earlier.
Mom.
He was
Not
telling
mom.
us all about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, he has a thing for Clint's mom.
Happy birthday, son.
All right. Everybody said what they want to say?
I think, Corey?
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Kids.
Oh, the kids.
Not them kids. Oh, no. This can't go good. She's about to get real shit.
They're going to sing a song.
Okay, I'll go first. So whenever Clint came into our lives, I wasn't very happy about it. I cried at the wedding. Disappointed. Well, we moved to Pampa. I definitely wasn't happy, so I decided to write a little letter in my spiral.
Yes, she did.
I wrote, Clint sucks balls big time.
I thought he quit
I also put that he needed to go to hell and ruin someone else's life.
Here, right?
We couldn't find the letter, but it exists somewhere.
Yeah.
It does.
I still have it somewhere. I can't find it.
Okay, well, when we first met Clint, I don't know, we went to go eat somewhere, and I just see these braces, and I'm just like, how old is this dude? I was like, he might be 19. I'm not really sure, because I had braces, so I was like, okay, we can relate. So we were cool right after that. So not long after, they get together, and Clint is moving in with us, and of course he was so strict.
Oh, yeah.
So strict.
He was.
So that's why Allie would hate and all that. But anyways.
He doesn't know half the stuff that really happened.
Yeah, no. Okay, anyways. Hold up. And then the first thing that we really knew about Clint was that he was so into wrestling because he cleared our garage out, laid out this big old wrestling mat, just like, they were like, I bet you have one. Yes. Yes, we have one. And he set up a little TV. He would put in little videos so he could practice, you know. And he would always invite his little boyfriends over, Chris and James and Craig, so they could roll around on the mat and on each other. And they did. They would always be rolling around out there. And one day, him and Chris just got really tough on each other, and Chris busted his lip, and there's blood everywhere, and Clint had braces, so he was so scared, he was like, oh, I gotta get a mouth guard. That's probably where that came from. He was scared.
There's the mouth guard part.
Yeah, of course, he never used it. It was just always chilling.
And the gray tape.
Okay, and also, since he was into wrestling, we were always his little wrestling partners. He was always like, let me do this move. You need to know this. You need to know this. So let me show you this. You need to know when someone, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll do it with you. Well, then we kind of got tired of that, you know. But we would never, like, be surprised if we would come home from school and seriously, him strapped with a bungee cord to a pole or a shitty trunk.
Where was the pole?
The pole was in front of our house.
In front of our house.
Our neighbors, peeking through their blinds like, what is he doing? And he was seriously like charging at the ground and pulling back. And he's like, gosh, you know, it was helping.
Is this not normal? I thought this was normal.
But he would do this all
I thought it
day.
was normal.
He was like, you're in the front yard. No.
I did some penetration steps.
Everybody does that, right?
Okay, we lived in Belmar. We don't live in San Jacinto anymore, dude.
Yeah, we don't strap ourselves.
We don't do that stuff anymore.
Okay. And, okay, what do I have next? Oh, okay. This one's good. Okay, so we moved to Pampa, and Allie makes cheerleader at White Deer, and so she's just always doing backflips and jumps and stuff. And we were watching Bring It On, and Clint was like, I can do this. Because, of course, she's always trying to show us up. And so, Allie, we're over there doing, like, cheer kicks, and he was like, I can do a pike. And if you don't know what a pike is, it's both your legs are together, and you go up real high, and, like, whatever. And Clint tries it.
You want to go ahead and
No.
No, I do not.
Well, anyways, he throws his back out. And this is, I guess, the first back throw out. And he was on the ground, like, whimpering.
Wallering in pain.
He was crawling, and he was like, oh, I lost it. Like, he couldn't talk. Oh.
I went to the emergency room.
Yes. He like, crawled to the car, like oh. It was so, we thought he was crying. We were like, did he die? We were so scared.
I went from a crouch position to a pike in one movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I can do this. We were like,
I went to the emergency room.
yeah. Okay,
I can't believe you brought that up. That was embarrassing.
That was the best time. Okay, well, even though that we were his wrestling dummies, he ended up getting Ruger, as we've all talked about. And it weighed as much as a person, so it was pretty heavy duty. And this dummy was the scariest thing to look at. At one point, he was tired of Ruger always being in a crouched position on the ground like that. So I think y'all made it at work. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, we made that.
Y'all made the Ruger stand.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Lance. Once
okay.
again, Lance.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for helping. Yeah. Well, the way it held Ruger up was that it was connected to his neck. So he was like this in the living room, hanging by his neck on the stand. And we were like, oh God, it was really freaking scary. And
Scared your friends.
Yeah, like it seriously looked like some dominatrix, like latex suit. We were like, no, my friends would come over and we would throw a sheet over it because they were like, what is that? And I was like, my dad wrestles it. I mean, I don't know. He puts it on the floor and he gets on it. I don't know. He was just too heavy for me to carry.
Yeah, we tried to get him out of the garage. Too heavy.
My ears are burning. This is so bad.
Do you need the air conditioner on? You want me to turn the air conditioner on?
Great, go ahead.
Oh, one thing is, I remember when we would get in trouble when we were little, things that we like, I guess that our punishment like wouldn't faze us, and we were like, whatever. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna start doing push-ups. So we would. Girls. Yeah, no. He'd be like, okay, 100 push-ups, and we'd be like,
no, come on.
he'd be like, go, and we were like doing push-ups.
It wasn't 100. It was keep going till I tell you to stop.
Push-ups. So of course we never did that again because I was like, no, I'm not working out.
And we would turn the lights off. I mean, really.
Okay, he was like, we're wasting money. Let's turn the lights off. I was like, go to the bathroom, my lights on. Hey, go do some push-ups. I think your light's on. Like, I'm going there in a second, man. Okay, and then I have, so by all means, Clint sure has made our lives fun and full of laughter, as y'all can tell. But now with his old age, he has changed so much. He doesn't get mad about having our phones out at the table or our elbows on the table while we eat. Oh, coasters.
You can text now, too.
Yeah, we can text because he is obsessed with his phone. So he's
Obsessed.
Like, yeah. We used to, if we did not have a coaster, no.
Even for Sonic cups that are
Foam cups.
Foams.
Yes. He has become such a softie. If there's anything that I want or ever need, all I have to do is just sit on his lap, and he's just wrapped around my finger. He's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I need an iPad.
All right. So, what can I say about Clint, Vivian, Shelton?
Vivian.
Me and Clint go way back to 3rd grade. Olson Park Elementary School. Mrs. Angstad's class.
Oh gosh.
Sweet little old Mrs. Angstad. Probably
Come on.
85. Probably had 10 or 20 great-grandchildren.
Go retired next year.
You know, she probably, read to homeless children on weekends. Sweet little old lady.
She taught me can't die in the cornfield.
That's true. She hated Clint. Now, actually, hate is too nice of a word. I mean, hate is like what Rosie O'Donnell, feels towards her Stairmaster, or what the View, the ladies of the View feel about men, they hate. No, she despised him. She loathed him. Clint was the bane of this little old lady's existence, is what he was. And you say, why? Why'd she hate Clint so much? Well, because Clint was a little pain in the ass. That's what he was. And when I say little pain, he was a little pain in the ass, seriously.
Zoom on his face.
Right, this is Clint right here.
He goes, yeah, she like died next year.
Yeah, she honestly killed him. I mean,
that
summer she like died. And it was probably
very slow.
Very slow.
Yeah. Yeah, very slow.
All right.
Okay, my turn.
Your turn.
Oh, thank you. It should be already recording.
You got him out of slings.
I got. You're welcome.
Yeah. I don't have to babysit him anymore.
Oh, I know.
This will be all good, isn't it?
Of course.
This will be all good, right?
Here comes the dark
side.
Okay, so yeah, Clint and I have been together for 11 years now. And who would have thought he would have ever gotten married? And then here I come, to save the day.
I got suckered.
I know. My parents always told me I could not resist an orphan or a homeless people or stray dogs. They never knew what I was going to bring home next. And I bring home Clint. Yeah, they kind of drew the line there. They said, no more, no more. And often I would ask his friends, why did y'all not warn me before I did this? Before I married this? And they say, because we were worried that if you didn't marry him, we would have to take care of him. So, yeah, thanks a lot. Y'all were great there. He's a great funeral director. And, you know, it takes good people to do that type of a job, and he's a good one. He really is. One good thing is that he can't bring his work home with him, you know, so that would leave time for him to do manly stuff, right, around the house. He should be able to do, you know, basic vehicle maintenance, or fix things, plumbing.
He did replace the garbage disposal.
He did replace the garbage disposal with.
Come with that.
Yeah, that is right.
I sold it to you.
With another trash. Oh, that's right. You saw my struggle, didn't you?
You did leave a screw out though.
You did leave a screw or two. Yeah.
Hey, did you chew the food? Chew the food.
At first, he always told me he couldn't do the manly stuff because he didn't have tools. Well, then, you know, very sad, his sweet father passed away recently. Left him some tools that would make most of you men quiver. It really would. He's got tools that some of you guys would just love to have. They're sitting in our garage. He says that the toolbox is broken. He just doesn't know how to open it. Have you been able to open it since it's been home?
Well,
no. No. So, you know, that's my life. My dad, Kevin, has always told me to look for a man that has a certain skill set. The beefcake is okay, but basic skills, you know, is something that is needed, you know, to help with the home repair bill. And I think I fell for Clint's smolder and his blue eyes. Yeah. I should have checked for his plumbing and maintenance ability, because maybe I could be driving a Mustang GT by now for all of what we've had to pay for labor, for other people to do our stuff. But, you know, he's a good-looking guy. He's a great-looking guy. He's a great-looking guy. Now, that's the first thing that I fell for whenever I saw Clint. He often brags about his animal magnetism. I'm sure y'all seen on Facebook.
Oh, it's pure.
Yeah. All the women at Taco Villa, Whataburger drive-thrus, and the 7-Eleven and Alston's, they just can't resist him. They just can't control themselves whenever he stops in for his soda. They love you. What a burden that must be, baby. I'm sorry. Maybe that is why he never uses his own image on his profile picture on Facebook. Yeah. He's just worried about who might recognize him or stalk him because, you know, he's gangsta. Sometimes he drops into his street lingo. I guess that's a skill, because it's a lot of confusion for me. I don't really understand it. But his buddies sometimes understand it. You know, Chris,
I know what
James. Yeah, y'all understand what he's talking about. Whatever.
You know we do.
He says it's because he was raised in the hood, and so, you know, he's got to slip back into that every now and then. And
Cinto represent.
I guess so. And so he has to come back every 3 weeks, and he stays the night, you know, and does all that stuff. So he's kind of like the jerk, Steve Martin in The Jerk, whenever he says, "I'm going to stay this color."
I don't want to.
He likes to leave me alone once a month so that I can be alone and have time to myself, which, if any of you know Clint, I greatly appreciate that. I love my nights alone. He comes to Amarillo once a month, every 3 weeks or whatever, and spends the night with James.
Girl, you ain't got what I got.
I guess I know. I've often wondered during those overnight stays what really goes on during that time, but I would never have asked because I'm kind of nervous about that.
None of your business.
Spooning.
Yeah, spooning. Lots of it. Clint also has had many hobbies since I've been around, which is only 11 years, so I don't know what happened before that. He liked bass fishing. We had to get all the gear.
Terrible at it. Terrible at it.
Yeah. Tons of money. He had to then buy a boat, and he then had to buy a Dodge diesel Cummins 4-wheel drive truck. Then he bought a pop-up trailer for $200.
We used it once. We used it once.
Yeah.
It's already
Oh, it's still in our name.
We didn't die. It paid for itself.
Yeah, I guess. And then he bought a small camper, sold that one. Then he bought a larger camper, sold that one, and so on and so on. This is how it goes. He's into pool, weightlifting, fishing, golf, shooting guns for target practice and for clay pigeons, wrestling, and he jumps all in at first. I mean, balls to the walls. Do it all or don't do it. He as my dad says, he buys the whole kit. Yeah. And he practices. At first, he practices a ton. It's like every day of the week, hours a day. He started golf. He bought. How many balls did you buy that first day? 300 balls.
Yeah.
A bucket of balls. He went out on the golf course because he was going to hit all these balls, and he didn't hit them all. But we bought a bucket of balls that day. But don't worry though, Clint, because Kevin respects you for your scientific knowledge and your familiarity, I hate that word, with every scene of Monty Python. That stuff is truly weird, but you have a special place with him, and he appreciates that about you. But yeah, about Clint's pastimes, we will start those for a few times, and then he's done with them. I don't know when the last time you played pool is. Yeah, pool. You haven't played that in a while. And then golf. When did you last play golf? Yeah. Long time. But I'm glad he stuck with me, despite all the crap I give him. He's made me very happy, and I can't imagine life without you. Yeah.
Do that to people.
He does have a mind that is full of useless knowledge. We all know about his useless knowledge. But he does have a heart of gold. And I love him. Happy birthday. That's enough. You're not going to finish it? This is the toast master.
Well, yeah, we had a lot of fun with you tonight, Clint. But you know, I think we all love you, or at least some people like you a lot.
No problem.
You color our lives. You've always been there when me and many other people needed you. You're very sympathetic to others. You've always been a fantastic friend and a fantastic human being. And I know I, for one, I'm glad you've been in my life.
Don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
Don't cry. Dallas, don't let him cry.
This guy is the perfect guy to be roasted because he's 100% secure with himself and great sense of humor. And I hope you live at least 40 more, brother.
Well, thank you. I'll strive for that.
All right.
Thank you. Does it work this way?
Oh gosh, see what I'm talking about?
Okay. Anyway, thank you for all being here. It means a lot. I was very surprised. I know you all heard this. I've actually made each table and probably told the story twice, but I had no idea this was happening. I was here to unload some tables. Great job. I couldn't understand why we would actually unload tables. You're supposed to pay people to do that when we rent a room. But nonetheless, I fell for it, and here I am. And it's a big surprise. It's a big honor. It means a lot. It's really cool when people will actually take time of their day, and for that matter, the weekend, to come and celebrate someone like me. So, thank you very much. I hope you have a good time. I'm having a great time, even though all my inner secrets and insecurities have been aired. I mean, really, who can have, grappling dummies and tie themselves to poles and all that stuff? Really, I'm a very weird person. I've always known that, but I've always been okay with that. But thank you for being here, and it means a lot. And Nikki, what a great job. I really can't tell you how surprised I was. I hope you have a good time. I know I am. And
let's eat cake.
Let's do this. Thank you.